Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Zamas Podcast, where we focus on faith,
family,
fitness,
finances,
and
and friendships. I'm going to be starting with our verse of scripture from James chapter 4, verses 13 through 17. Okay, so you guys follow along. The title says, Boasting About Tomorrow. So it says, Now listen, you who say today or tomorrow, we will go to this or that city, spend a year there, carry on business, and make money. Why? You do not even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if it is the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that. As it is, you boast in your arrogant schemes. All such boasting is evil. If anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them. All right, awesome. So the reason we chose that verse of scripture is because it falls right in line with our topic today. And that topic is going to be approaching life with a sense of urgency. Okay. But before we get into that topic, we're going to be answering some questions from a game that we have here, and I'll let my wife explain it to you.
Okay. The deck of cards that we have today is called Tonight's Conversation. It's a card game, and this is the couples edition. And we basically be doing these cards so you guys can get an insight on who we are, how we operate in our relationship, our perspectives when we are answering this question. So we only going to answer 2 questions today. So we're both going to
Two
pull
each or just two?
just 2 in general.
Okay.
So, but we're both going to answer the question. So you can go ahead and pick yours. Choose a card, any card. Oh, they're mixed in.
That's what I said. I want this one all the way right here because it called me. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. First question. These are the cards, by the way.
They're dope.
All right. All right. It says, how does my personality complement yours? Ooh, that's a good one.
It's like, honestly, wind and fire. Water and fire.
I was going to say. Okay.
Water and fire. Like,
elaborate.
You're the calming factor, the more level head in the relationship, and I'm more like aggressive and no, this is that. I'm about to say assertive, like yeah. I'm about to just say it then and there.
For sure.
I don't really care how somebody feels because I'm feeling a type of way.
Yeah.
And you're more, okay, well, let's think about it first before you just pop off on somebody.
I like that. That's
so
good.
We balance each other.
Yeah.
But you're also aggressive when you need to be and assertive when you need to be.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm more and you're more.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So recently I turned 28, you all, okay? So ever since turning 28, I've been much more direct and much more assertive, okay?
Yeah.
I've turned a new leaf. And I think part of the reason is because like I'm getting older. Like I'm a grown man, right? I'm married, I have 2 children. Like I care more about my feelings than I care about somebody else's feelings, right? And I've just come to the acceptance and the realization of that. So I'm not willing to sacrifice my own happiness or my peace of mind to please another person.
Yeah.
Right? In certain situations, I may still do that because I'm a people pleaser, right? Like that's my nature. I like to get along with everybody. I want all kumbaya.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, nah, you know what I mean? I gotta. I'm getting better with the assertiveness. Okay, so I want to answer the question. So, how does my personality complement yours? Actually, I think you answered it perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you are definitely like your nature is more direct, more to the point, more I'm gonna let you know what it is that I gotta say, and then think about how I should have said it better afterwards.
Yeah.
More of that type. I'm more of I want to try to figure out how to say it in the nicest way possible. So I don't necessarily hurt your feelings, but I still get my point across.
Yeah.
Right? Y'all feel me? Yeah, some of y'all are like that.
But sometimes I think that's the biggest misconception with me though, because like anybody, like someone that truly knows me, I say what I need to say, but I also alter it a whole lot from how I would personally want to say it.
For sure.
Like
for
I'm
sure.
very considerate of people's feelings because if I said it the way that Deja really wanted to say it really I will come off as mean. But even when I say, like even when I do say it, it still come off like dang, well, why would you say that? Why? Because it's not too many people to just come off and say, okay, well, your breath stink, you need to brush your teeth.
Right,
Like
right.
that's, I'm not trying to be funny, but like you might need to go take care of that. No one's really saying that.
Yeah.
Someone else will like go around the
Yeah.
mountain, like, Colgate is a good brand of
Yeah.
toothpaste.
That's
No, because
definitely,
I'm gonna be
that's
like,
definitely,
I'm
that's
like, no,
definitely my
I use
approach.
Crest. Like, what is you talking
Yeah,
about?
that's definitely my approach, and it's because I'm also considerate of people's feelings, but I do know that it's not necessarily what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
So I place a heavy emphasis on how I say things as opposed to what I say. You are more so like like you're gonna say it the right way, but the right way to you may not be the right way
To somebody else.
to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Personal problem.
It's a personal problem. Okay, so that's question number one. Next question.
Okay.
All right, hold.
I didn't shuffle them up.
Well, let me see which one.
But you ready?
Okay, here.
So now I'm ready.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
No, not that one, because I want you to choose.
Okay.
I got you. Okay.
This one.
I knew you was gonna choose that one.
Okay. Let me choose another one.
Why?
Because we already did this one. If I told you we already did it.
I just wanted to see.
Okay, transition. From 1 to 10, how would you rate our level of communication and why?
Ooh, from 1 to 10, how would I rate our level of communication?
Explain.
I would say, so 10 being the best. I would say we're at about a 7.2.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, here's why I say that. Because men and women communicate differently.
Really?
So I think there's like a certain like in order to get to that level of really communicating the way you should communicate as a married couple, I think that takes time.
Yeah.
Like a long time. There are couples that have been together 15, 20, 30 years and they still have trouble. Yeah, they still have trouble communicating with each other because what one of them may say is not what the other one understood.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I would say a 7.2 because we do communicate our feelings, and most of the time we communicate our feelings. But I just think on the receiving end, we may not necessarily receive it the way it was communicated or the way it was intended to be communicated.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah. I give our communication a 8.
Ooh.
Because we communicate very well. We misunderstand what we mean by certain things.
That's a great distinction.
Yeah. A lot.
Yeah.
Like, so we communicate. Our communication, being able to talk to each other about anything isn't a problem. Mm-hmm. It's the translations between how we're receiving it, like you said.
Right.
So communication at 8, but the interpretation, I would say a 7.
7.2.
7.2.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Good.
So that wraps up the questions. Of course, on our YouTube, comment down below as far as which deck you want us to choose from, the spicy one of tonight's conversation, this one, or let's get deep. But yeah, make sure you guys are subscribing, sharing, commenting, and listening to us on podcasters and Spotify as well. But that's enough for that. We're going to get into today's topic.
All right, awesome. So just diving into our topic for today, which is approaching life with more of a sense of urgency. I think procrastination is one of the biggest hindrances to an individual's success. Mm-hmm. We're not necessarily fully aware that we're procrastinating, but we're somewhat aware that we're trying to put some things off because we really don't want to do it, or we really don't. Um, I
Put the
guess
energy
you don't
into
want to
it.
put the energy into it. You're not prioritizing it. You just it's something that you know is going to be a task,
Yeah.
right? So you put it
You don't
off.
even want to start the process.
Yeah, you put it off. And here's the thing about procrastination. Some people think that delaying a decision is not making a decision, right? And that's the furthest thing from the truth. Okay, delaying a decision is still a decision, right? So if you say, um, "I'm delaying getting pregnant," right? I'm gonna have a baby
But
one
why?
day.
Why are you using that example?
Is a good example.
Okay, let's
Just
move
follow me.
on. Okay.
So you say, "I'm gonna have a baby, just not right now." Well, some people think that they haven't made the decision to have a baby. Well, you made the decision to have a baby, right? Or you made the decision not to have the baby. All right, you didn't make a decision to have a baby, just not right now. No, you made the decision not to have a baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so a delayed decision is a decision. Okay, so saying yes, but just not right now is essentially saying no. All right, procrastination, right? It just goes back to procrastination. So I think that it's it's extremely important for us to prioritize things in our life that need to be prioritized. All right, if there are some things, just going back to the scripture, right? If there's some good that needs to be done, right, and you have the opportunity to do it, you should do it right then and there. Okay. If you delay to do something and for whatever reason something happens and you're not able to do it, well, now you have regret. Okay, and I've personally experienced it right recently with my dad. Right, I got my dad's phone number from my uncle, my biological father. I got his phone number from my uncle, and I wanted to call him, right, to just like tell him that it's all love, right? I have no hard feelings toward him. I I like I love you in spite of everything, in spite of us not really having a relationship. Just following up from our last podcast, right? I explained to you all that I didn't have a relationship with my biological father, um, and I felt that helped me, right? With most people, it would hinder them, right, from their growth and their development, but I feel like it helped me. So I wanted to call him and tell him, hey, listen, I don't. It's no hard feelings towards you. Like I still got love for you. You want to go out to eat, like you want to talk, like I'm here. You know what I mean? Like I don't like nothing. Yeah, no hard feelings, nothing but love in my heart. Well, I text my uncle and got my biological father's information on May 21st. No, May 20th. Excuse me, May 20th. Okay, 22 days later, right? If you guys don't know, 22 is our angel number. Okay, it's just it shows up in our life everywhere. But 22 days later, I got a call from my uncle telling me that my dad passed away. Right, and I never got around to calling him and telling him, hey, listen, all love, no hard feelings. I never got around to it. So this is part of what sparked this topic for this week because I feel, not just this situation, but there are a number of situations where people procrastinate and put things off. And tomorrow isn't promised, right? There's nobody guarantees you tomorrow. Nobody, right? The only guarantee we have in life is change. All right. So we should take action on things that are important immediately, right? When we need to get it done. All right, I'm sorry, I took over.
No, it's not that. The same thing. I just feel like a lot of the times the reason why people procrastinate is because, oh, I don't have time, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. But I feel like a great example is like certain people that like battle depression or anxiety, and you need to see a counselor, you need to do therapy and get help, but you're coping with it by going to the gym. You're busy. You're making yourself busy seem like you have so much going on, but doing what you're supposed to do. And us personally, we see it in our business to where people should do certain things, especially those people that have families and have children. Like, there's no reason why you should not have life insurance. There's no reason. Like people that put that off, put that out, that's procrastination. Oh, I can get to it then. I'll get to it, some other time. Like how many times have we seen people call us up like,
Yep.
man, I wish I would have did this. I
Yep.
wish I would have listened to you. I wish I would have, took heed to what you were saying, because just to piggyback on our last podcast, God sends people in your life to open those doors or to give you the knowledge and the information, but we're so heavy on procrastinating that we think we have all this time in the world. And to be honest, the time that you have on this earth is very limited. Like very limited. That's why you need to do what you have to do then. Like
Absolutely.
the biggest thing I hear plenty of people say is, oh, I'll do it some other time. I'm young, I got plenty of time.
Says who? Who told you that?
Like that is the biggest lie, because you're making a choice to say that.
Yeah.
Because you're making excuses, you're making yourself busy, you're pushing it off, you're procrastinating. It's just like have a sense of urgency. Like the sooner you get it done, the sooner it will be done, and you can do whatever else that you got to do.
That's a fact.
So like I just like when we were talking this morning, you was just telling me like, wow, that person said they didn't mean to, text me, or they didn't mean to call me and tell me that, such and such had passed away. And you had gave them the opportunity to make sure if something like this happened, like if someone passes away, that their family is taken care of. Like I'm grateful to him, the fact that like I didn't know anything about like life insurance until we got together, and I understood the importance of it, because like God forbid, but like if one of us was to pass away and you would have to worry about the financial burden of taking care of your family or burying the person that you love, you're not even able to grieve because you're so stressed out, and you got to get right back to work because you have to make up for that lack of income, or now you have to do it on your own. Even for those that do it on their own, like now your kids have to go through the same struggle that you went through because you didn't get things in order. If you can eat out every weekend, even if you can't, you can order stuff from Amazon. Whatever it is, the extra stuff that you do, you can invest that into making sure that what needs to get done is done, to make sure that not only you're okay, but your family is okay whenever you leave this world. Not if, but when you leave this world.
For sure.
Don't wait till you 60 because you're going to get denied. Like, do a sense of urgency was just like necessary for us to talk about this, or for this to be the topic
for sure
this week, because especially, I would say personally, especially our generation, like it's bad. All generations, it's just bad. Like I don't need that. I don't have to do that. And we're not just totally talking about life insurance. Like
important decisions in general. Yeah.
Anything that you're supposed to be doing. Like
I this week, and it's so strange, and I think it's because like God speaks to you in very strange ways, right? So God has been speaking to me this whole week. I had 4 separate people reach out to me this week and tell me about a death that they were experiencing, and this was after the passing of my dad. I had 4 separate people, and so 4 people in total outside of my dad that passed away, that that were close to people that I knew. So that's really what sparked this this topic, because like the human condition is suicidal, right? It's self-destructive. We do everything in the world to hinder our own growth, right? Whether it's fearing things that aren't even real, having anxiety about situations that haven't even happened yet, worrying about things, eating the wrong stuff, just everything we do is like suicidal, right? For lack of a better phrase, like everything that we do is against our own nature. Like I don't want to say nature, because that's our nature. Like this flesh is it just can't help it. It just likes to do stuff wrong. Like it's like we're stuck, right? But that's why being in tune with your spirit and making sure that you work on your spirit, man, on a daily basis, really propels you in life, right? And it really gives you an advantage, because spirituality is really reality, right? Reality is not like this here, right? This isn't reality. This is a manifestation of reality.
Yeah.
Reality is the invisible. It's the stuff that you don't see. That's where everything takes place.
Yeah.
All right. Or that's where everything is created, and then it takes place in this manifestation. Okay. So just as an example, you guys watching this video, you know for a fact that we are not in your phone.
Yeah.
Right. That's just where we're showing up. Right. That's where we're manifesting. Right. We're in your phone, right, or on your phone screen. But that's not the reality. Okay. So with that being said, we wanted to just spend some time waking ourselves up and waking others up, and letting people know, listen, you don't have all the time in the world, right? Really, the only time that you have is right now. Okay. Yeah. So you do everything that you can in the present to maximize on your opportunity. And then, God willing, you wake up tomorrow, you do the same thing. Yeah. Right. And over time, those efforts compound and they turn into something great. So, we wanted to put things in its proper perspective and just give people a eye opener as to, this life that we're living. Yeah. Right. A lot of us don't really like to talk about passing or, death. We don't like to talk about it. We don't like to
hear about it.
Yeah, we don't like to hear about it. It's
everyone's gonna die.
Yeah, everyone's gonna die.
Leave this world. That's right? Just the reality of it.
Can't get around it. So while we're here, we want to maximize on our opportunity. While we're here, we want to take action on the things that we want to do, right? If you got some goals, if you got some dreams, if you have, a podcast that you want to start, if you got a YouTube channel you want to start vlogging, if you got a dream that you want to go after, like start now. Yeah, start now. Life is too short to be worried about what other people think. Yeah. And that's, another big hindrance to people's success is worrying about what other people think. And we all struggle with it, right? Yeah. I still care about what people think, the right people. I could care less about what strangers think. I'm past that. I'm 28. Okay. I'm grown now. So I'm past that. I'm past caring about what strangers think, yeah. But I do care about what people in my circle think, and, my family. I do care about what those people think. Yeah. I value their opinion. So
your loved ones. Yeah. I would say care what family and your loved one think, but also do that with very wise decisions. Like it's so many family members that have spoken over me like, oh, don't do that, everybody do that. Mm-hmm. Or what makes you think that yours will be successful? Well, I'm not necessarily trying to be successful doing it. I'm just obeying what God says that is supposed to be happening for me and my husband. Like, right. We're supposed to be starting podcasts and we're supposed to be reaching and inspiring people. And whether that's one person or whether that's 10,000 people, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. So you have to understand that not everyone is going to understand something that God has put on you.
That's a fact.
Like whatever your purpose is, if it's for you, it's not meant for everybody to understand. It's not meant for the approval of people. So yes, even though I care what family think or I care what the people that are close to me think, I don't need your approval to do what it is that I'm supposed to be doing, yeah. Or what it is that how we're supposed to be flowing and operating in our life, because absolutely. It's your life. Like you have to live it. You have to do what you're supposed to do in this world because you're only here for a short amount of time. So while you're here, do what you're supposed to do, yep. Whether that is whatever it is that your desire is. Most of the time when something is on your heart heavy, when something is on your mind heavy, like say you wanted to be, I don't know, a singer, and every single day singing or some type of song is on your heart, that's your purpose. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You can't run from it. You can't escape from it. It's like it's in your blood. Like it's like the same way you need to breathe air is the same way that dream and that thought is in your head. So that approval from everyone is not going to be there, especially right. When it's something that's supposed to be helping somebody else, whether big or small. Go for it.
Absolutely.
There's no need to keep putting it off. You keep putting it off, time is going to catch up with you. Like there is a such thing of reaching a certain age and you're not having the capacity to do it, whether that's mentally, spiritually, or physically. Certain thing at a certain age, your body is literally going to shut down and your body is not going to have the strength to do it because you were supposed to do it in God's timing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why you see people 60 having a kid. And it's not because you had issues producing. It's because, I'm not ready to have a kid.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to wait till this. I'm going to wait till that. No, this is your sign. Whether we're popping up on your screen, whether you're hearing us in the audio, do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do. Don't care what others think. Take into consideration what some people say because other people do have wisdom and probably been where you've been. You can avoid certain humps that you may come across of certain ventures that you're going to branch out to.
Mm-hmm.
So always be open-minded to other people's opinion, but don't necessarily take their opinion over what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, take advice, but not orders.
Yeah.
Right? Make sure what you do is a product of your own conclusion.
Yeah.
All right. And with that being said, I just wanted to say one last thing before we get off here. I posted about this on my Instagram recently, but disruption always follows intention. Okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're telling you to go after it, right? And do what it is that you're supposed to do what you're called to do what's on your heart. But know that as soon as you take that first step, here comes the obstacles, right? Here comes all the reasons that, or all the perceived reasons of why you shouldn't be doing the thing that you're going after.
Yeah.
Right. But that's not a sign that you shouldn't be doing it. That's a sign that you're going in the right direction. Right. Anytime something is too easy, you should be skeptical. Okay. Because ease doesn't produce anything.
Yeah.
Right. Anything that's worth having, there's a testing period.
Yeah.
Right. There's disappointing. Then you got to go through the season of disappointing, right, to get to the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
All right. So don't be deceived. Right. When you want to start going after that goal, that dream, or take action on something that you've been procrastinating on, you should expect that it's going to backfire in some way, right? But don't let that discourage you. You just got to keep going, right? Persistence. So that wraps up this episode.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys' love and support, and
a whole lot.
We'll see y'all next week.
Let
love fill your hearts, family.
Peace and blessings.
Peace.
Bye.